Hey guys, welcome back. Today we are going to be talking about adding and subtracting polynomials, which is just a fancy way of saying we're combining like terms. So this is actually something you've already done before at the beginning of the year when we were solving equations and you had to combine like terms and everything. That's what this is. Nothing new. So just kind of a different format of what you're used to. So first off, some definitions. We've been talking about polynomials. What is a polynomial? Well, a polynomial are terms that are added or subtracted. Terms that are added or subtracted. So you might have something like 6x minus 4, 6x plus 3 minus 2x squared, something like that. What is a term? Well, we've talked about this all throughout this unit as well. Terms can be constants, variables, a combination of both constants and variables. And so the definition for this is a combination of numbers and variables and these can have exponents. Examples might be 6x minus 2. 6x would be a term. 2 would be a term. 3x squared is a term. Okay, so there could be exponents involved. You could raise things to the different powers. So under the big umbrella of the word polynomial, there's multiple different things. There could be monomials, binomials, trinomials. We've been talking about monomials, so that's just one term. Mono meaning one. So monomial is one term. So we're looking at like 6x would be one term. Negative 2 would be one term. 8x squared would be one term. These are all different examples. There's no addition or subtraction sign. It is one term. Binomial, the prefix bi means 2, so this is 2 terms. And you will have an addition or subtraction sign. So we'll have 3x plus 2 was an example. 8x squared minus 6 is an example. 2 terms. So you're looking at 1, 2, 1, 2. And lastly, trinomial, prefix tri means 3. So 3 terms. Oops. 3 terms. Some examples might be 4x squared minus 6x plus 5. Oops. Maybe 2x squared minus 9x minus 4. So again, these have 1, 2, 3 terms. 3 terms. Okay. This says simplify the following polynomials using the distributive property. So remember, anytime I have something on the outside, that number has to get multiplied by everything in the inside. So I've got 3 times 5x, which is 15x, and 3 times negative 1, which is negative 3. Okay, next one. Again, take this negative 4 to every single thing inside of the parentheses. So I've got negative 4 times 2x squared is negative 8x squared. Negative 4 times negative 6x is a positive 24x. And negative 4 times positive 11 is negative 44. Next one. Again, 2x goes to everything inside. So this one, it's not just a number. I've got that variable too. So remember multiplying exponents. This first one. 2x times 3x. Multiply your numbers. So 2 times 3 is 6. Keep my base of x. And they both have a exponent of 1. 1 plus 1 is 2. So 6x squared. Okay, and the next one, 2x minus 5, is going to be negative 10x. So there's kind of where the exponent rules come into play. What are like terms? We should know this. I say in my class they have the same last name, okay? The technical is terms with the same variables and same exponents. Terms with the same variables and the same exponents. So when we're doing this, we can only combine things with the same last name. So when I add, here's what I want you to think of first, so we can get rid of these parentheses. Is this plus sign, I want you to think of it as a positive 1. And we have to take this positive 1 and multiply it by everything inside, just like we just did up top. So I really have positive 1 times 2x is positive 2x. Positive 1 times negative 5 is still negative 5. And then I'm just going to copy this down. So now I've gotten rid of those parentheses. Now I can just go to combining my like terms. So anything with an x as a last name can get combined with an x. Anything that doesn't have a last name can get combined. So that's kind of what we're looking at. So we've got 4x's plus 2 more x's is 6x's. 3 minus 5 is negative 2. And that is as simplified as it gets because I can't combine 6x minus 2. They don't have the same last name. Okay, same thing over here, except now it's a negative, so we're going to pretend it's a negative 1. And I want you to take that negative 1 and distribute it to everything inside the parentheses to get rid of the parentheses. So I have negative 6x, because negative 1 times 6x is negative 6x. Negative 1 times negative 4 is a positive 4. And again, I'm going to bring this down, 7x plus 2. Now I can start combining, right? I've got all my x's and then all my constants. So then I've got 7x minus 6x. Well, that's just x, or 1x, and I'm just going to put x because it's implied that there's a 1 there. And then I've got a positive 2 plus 4, which is positive 6. And that's as simple as it goes. I can't combine those because they are not like terms. And that's what you're doing. That's it. Adding, subtracting, combining like terms. Okay, so here's a few more. Again, take this 1 out here, distribute it out. Let's get rid of these parentheses. Okay, so I've got x squared minus 8x plus 1. Everything stays the same. If I multiply by a positive 1, everything's just going to stay the same. Then I'm going to bring down all of this stuff. And now we can start combining. So again, I've got 3x squareds can only get combined with x squared. So that's all that can get combined there. Then I've got negative 4x. They can only get combined with things that have x as a last name. So that's negative 8x. And then lastly, the constants, 2 and 1. So now I'm just combining those colors together. So I've got 3x squared plus an x squared. So it's going to be 4x squared. Remember, x squared is just the last name. I got to tack it on to the end. It's just his last name. I've got 4 of them now. Then I've got negative 4x minus 8x is going to be negative. I guess I can do that. Negative 12. His last name's x. Then lastly, 2 plus 1 is 3. So this would be our final answer. I cannot combine any of this because they don't have the same last name. I've got a last name of an x squared, an x, and just a constant with no last name. So same process even when you get a few more terms in there. So again, these would be adding to trinomials because there's 3 terms for each of them. So if we try this one, again, we're going to pretend there's a 1 here. We're going to take this negative 1 and distribute it all out. So I've got negative x squared minus 5x plus 1. So if you notice, if I multiply by a positive 1, all this stays the same. I'm just bringing it down. If I multiply by -1, I'm changing all of the signs in here to be the opposite. That's all that's happening when I distribute either 1 or -1. Bring down 12x plus 5. Then I start combining like terms. Okay, x squared, there's only 1. Then I've got x's, and then my constants. So the x squared, just a negative x squared. I have nothing to combine them with, okay? Then I'm moving on to my x's. 12x minus 5x is positive 7x. And then lastly, I've got 5 plus 1, which is 6. And there is my answer. So really not too terrible. Okay, now here. Now I've got some numbers in front that I need to distribute first before I do anything. So the 4 needs to go to everything in here. So 4 times 2x squared would be 8x squared plus 16. Then positive 2 times everything in here gives me negative 4x squared plus 10x plus 6. Now I can start combining all my terms again. Here's my x squared. I only have one x, and then I have 2 constants, the 16 and the 6. Then when I start to combine, I'm going to start with my x squareds. 8x squared minus 4x squared is 4 x squareds left. Then I move on to my oranges, my x's, which I only have 1, so I'm just bringing him down as he is. Then my constants, the greens, 16 plus 6 gives me 22. And there it is. So if you have numbers, remember to distribute first, then you start combining your like terms. Distribute first, then you start combining all your like terms. Okay, so this one, same thing. This 6x goes to everything inside of here. Now remember our monomial rules, 6x times negative 3x. Multiply your numbers. 6 times negative 3 is negative 18. Keep your base, and I've got 2 of them, so it's x squared. 6x times 1 is just 6x. Same thing over here. Take this 2, multiply it by everything inside, and I'm left with 2x squared plus 8x plus 6. Then I start doing all my like terms. X squareds in pink. Then I've got my x's and my constants, which I only have 1 of those. Okay, so negative 18x squared plus 2x squared is going to be negative 16x squared. Then I move on to my oranges, my x's. 6x plus 8x is 14x's. And then I just bring my green down because I don't have anything to combine them with, so it's plus 6. And that's as far as it goes, because the rest of them don't have last names that are the same. And that's it, y'all. That's all we're doing is taking these terms and combining them. So let's try number 7. I want y'all to try number 7. So go ahead and pause the video right now, and I want you to try it, and then we'll come back together and we will go over it. Okay, hopefully you've had a chance to solve this. If not, again, pause the video and then play it. We'll go over it. So here's what we're going to do first is distribute those numbers on the outside or terms on the outside to everything inside of the parentheses for both of the polynomials. So negative 1/2 times 4x squared is going to be negative 2x squared plus 4x minus 5. So you're just taking all those numbers, changing the signs, and dividing by 2. Same thing over here. Got to take this negative 3x and multiply it by everything inside. Well, again, multiplying monomials, multiply the numbers. Negative 3 times positive 2 is negative 6. Then I keep the base of x, and I've got 2. Power of 1 plus 1 is 2. So negative 6x squared. And then negative 3x minus 5 would be positive 15x. Okay, now I can start combining my like terms. I've got the x squareds, and I've got the x's, and then I just have one constant, the negative 5. So negative 2x squared minus 6x squared would be negative 8x squareds. 4x plus 15x is 19x. And then I bring down that negative 5. And that would be my final answer. Hopefully you got it, and if you didn't, hopefully it was just a simple mistake and you know the process. So let's try another one. Again, pause the video once you try this on your own, then we'll go over it. Hopefully you've had a chance to pause the video. If not, pause it now. First, we're going to distribute this 1/3 to everything inside. So I'm just dividing these whole numbers, the coefficients, by 3. 21 divided by 3 is 7. I still have the x hanging out. 15 divided by 3 is 5. Still have the y hanging out. Same thing over here. Negative 4 times everything inside. Negative 4 times 3 is negative 12. I still have the x squared. Negative 4 times 1, x, is negative 4x. And then negative 4 times negative 7 would be positive 28, and I still have this y hanging out. Okay. Then I've got this negative 12x squared, got 7x, negative 4x, and then I have these y's, 5y and 28y. So first I've got to do my pink negative 12x squared. I don't have anything to combine with, so I'm just bringing them down. Then I have my 7x minus 4x, which would be 3x. Then lastly, I've got 5y plus 28y, which gives me 33y. And there we have it. None of those have the same last name, so I can't combine them. That's as simplified as it gets. So remember, we're not solving anything, we're simplifying. There's no equal sign, so I can't solve and get a number. I'm just simplifying, getting it down to the simplest version. Okay, let's try some of these problems. It says find the perimeter of the following shapes. So remember, for a perimeter, I'm going around the rim. So I'm really adding this. Let's find a different color. This side plus this side plus this side plus this side. I'm adding all of these up. So I really have this side and this side are the same, and this side and this side are the same. So I have 2 4x plus 3 plus I have 2 of the 2x minus 1s. Okay, so again, I've got to take and multiply the 2 times everything inside of here. And I'm left with 8x plus 6. Same thing over here. Take this 2, multiply it by everything inside, and I'm left with 4x minus 2. Then I start combining the like terms. 8x and that positive 4x, and 6 and negative 2. So I'm left with 8x plus 4x is 12x, and then 6 minus 2 is going to be positive 4. And that would be the perimeter. And again, that's as simplified as I can get it. I can't combine the terms because they're not like. I've got an x and a no last name. Okay, same thing here. It wants to find the perimeter of a square. But what do we know about squares? All the sides are the same. So if I'm finding the perimeter, I could add all these sides up, or I could say all of this times how many sides do we have? 4, right? So 4 times 3x squared plus 5x minus 2. And again, I have to distribute this 4 to everything inside of the parentheses. So 4 times 3x squared is 12x squared. 4 times 5x is 20x. And 4 times negative 2 is negative 8. And again, that's as simplified as it gets. I can't combine any of those because they're not alike. Okay, 2 more. Then I've got this guy again, finding the perimeter. This one I'm adding all the sides up. These are all different, so I need to sit here and say x plus 3 plus 6x squared minus 5 plus 3x squared minus 4x plus 3. And again, I'm combining all of the like terms, so 6x squareds, 3x squareds, and then I've got an x, negative 4x, and then I've got a positive 3, negative 5, and a positive 3. So when I go to do this, 6x squared plus 3x squared gives me 9x squared. Then I move on to my oranges or my x's. 1x minus 4x is negative 3x. Then my constants, 3 minus 5 is negative 2. Negative 2 plus 3 would be positive 1. And that's as simplified as it gets. So there's the perimeter for that triangle. Okay, number last is a word problem. Yay! The perimeter of an isosceles. So remember, isosceles means two of the sides are the same. So this side and this side are the same. This one's different. Is represented by the expression 10x squared plus 6x minus 2. Whoops. If two legs measure 3x squared minus 2x plus 5, find the length of the base. So I know that two of them equal this. So I know that this and this one over here are that 3x squared minus 2x plus 5. I'm looking for this. Well, I know that the perimeter is all that stuff over there. So what I really need to do is perimeter is going to be this side plus this side plus this side. I need to add the two sides I know, so this side plus this side, and then subtract it from the perimeter to get this missing side down here. So first I'm going to do 3x squared minus 2x plus 5, and I can either add another one or I can times this whole thing by 2 because I have two of them. So I'm going to distribute the 2 out to everything. And I have 6x squared minus 4x plus 10. Okay. And next I need to take the perimeter here, and I'm going to take 10x squared plus 6x minus 2, and I'm subtracting this whole thing here. 6x squared minus 4x plus 10. Again, I have to distribute out this negative 1 that's right here. So that means I'm changing all the signs inside. So this is going to stay 10x squared plus 6x minus 2. Now it's negative 6x squared plus 4x minus 10. Again, 10x squared, negative 6x squared, 6x, 4x, and then the constants is negative 2 and negative 10. And I combine 10x squared minus 6x squared is 4x squared. 6x plus 4x is 10x. And negative 2 minus 10 is negative 12. So this is the missing length. Whoops. That's that pink side. Again, all we did was if we pretend we said that this side and this side was 5. I'm looking for this side. The perimeter equals 12, right? I'm going to add these two, give me 10. I'm looking for this missing side. I'm going to subtract. So the missing side has to be 2. That's all we did, except we had polynomials instead. Okay, that's it. Again, all we basically did was combine those like terms. Remember to distribute out. Remember, only things with the same last name can go and be combined together. Okay, so hopefully you learned something. Go complete your homework. Bye, y'all. Have an amazing day.